Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I decided to do a very typical YouTube video. It's not very serious, but I realized maybe it's kind of fun and entertaining and interesting still to talk about what is in my bag. Now, I am a tarot reader, so I am mostly going to focus on, well, those types of things really, the things that I use in my spiritual practice that I have on me, I would say 95% of the time. It's what I usually have on my person. Now, obviously, this is the bag from the thumbnail, and this is not the bag that I'm going to talk about. I just really wanted to show off my latest thrift find. It was dirt cheap, and it's supposed to be Yves Saint Laurent from the 90s. I don't know. Can anybody tell me if this is real? What should I be looking for? Also, I don't care because I really like it, and I'm keeping it. I am no thrift flipper. I'm actually going to be showing you what is in this bag. So it's a really big bag. This is actually a bag that I had made because these two photos are from the deck that I've made. And for day-to-day stuff, I tend to switch between tote bag or less fashionable but more practical in many ways backpack. But you know, it would be a small one like that. In my mind, I'm going to show you and talk about the items that I have with me that I think are connected in some way to spirituality, or it's just something that I use so much and I want to let you guys know about it. I wouldn't say I'm a materialistic person. I don't talk about products on my channel, and I don't know. Is this sort of like a YouTube threshold to have at least one video where you talk about what is in your bag? So yes, this is mostly day-to-day stuff, but with a witchy flavor for sure. Well, I can already tell one thing that's not in here that is supposed to be in here, but it's because I have some washing up to do in the kitchen, which is a big water bottle, because I just need to be hydrated at all times of the day. Okay, let's start where it makes sense for a tarot person. I'm just gonna put this here, a tarot deck. Now, I feel like I've only recently got into smaller decks because I am a relatively small lady. I mean, I'm considered rather tall in France and rather small, very small in the Netherlands. I'm half French, half Dutch. I wouldn't be able to tell you how tall I am in anything else but meters, but I am 1 meter and 66 centimeters tall. Why am I talking about this? It's actually because I wanted to talk about my hands. I have actually pretty large hands for such a small lady. And you know, maybe that's a sign that I was supposed to be tarot reader, because tarot cards are pretty big, right? It's like 7 centimeters that way, 12 centimeters that way. Yet the deck that I don't think I leave the house without this one in my bag is a small version of one of my favorite decks. It's one of my most sacred tarot decks. I edged it in black. This is Crow's Magic Tarot, and I received this in this handy little tin, and it's just the best because this deck feels so much like me, you know? It reflects so much of how I'm feeling or what I'm going through, and if it doesn't, it's a really cool mystery to me to try to solve. And I absolutely love having this with me basically at all times. It's small, it's therefore more compact, easier. You know, I could do readings for other people with this. I would say most of the time this is for me, and it's my little moment, even if I'm in a public place, to just do a little tiny spread or even pull one card and get a message that way. Yeah, for sure. Out of all the decks that I own, this is the one that I would have with me. You can count on that. The second deck that I have with me a lot of the time is actually my own deck. I was talking about it earlier when showing you the bag. This is a box I made for actually New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, which I no longer have. I do still have the book because it's gorgeous. But yeah, this is the copy of Magical Guidance cards. So again, the deck that I've made myself and is available for purchase on Make Playing Cards that I am absolutely not precious about. And you can tell that these two go together so well. Oh my God. Okay, so one side, I would say the front of these cards, is photos that I've made. I took a year making these, and I had this rule that I could only take photos at night or in the evening, and that's exactly what I did. And on the back is where I put words plus some space if ever I feel the need to add a word. And they have different backs, you see. I mean, of course you can do a spell with a tarot deck, especially this kind, I would say. And of course you could do a reading with this deck, which I don't consider oracle, but so many people who got this deck actually told me that it's a pretty good oracle deck as well. But in what they were meant to do, this is a tarot deck, right? So that fulfills my tarot needs. And this little baby is my hands-on practical guide for magical work. And I absolutely love having both of these with me pretty much at all times. I want to tell you guys that I actually am working on, I don't know how much work it's gonna be, a linen finish version, if that is possible at all, because I do indeed, oh look, that's proof that I actually made these photos. Anyway, this is the celebration card. Ritual, extended spell, honoring, ceremony, and celebrate. Yeah. I was gonna say this cardstock from Make Playing Cards, it's just a standard to keep costs down. Especially with the darker colors, it seems to show some scuff marks, right? I don't mind because I actually love really using this. I mean, I'm so not precious about this. This is actually a magical tool in my practice now. So, you know, I can pick a card and actually put a candle on it, or incense, or something using ritual oil. The idea is definitely that I am using it, and so yes, it will get damaged, and it is getting damaged with the way that I'm using it, but that's the point. Although I do absolutely understand if you want to keep your cards, you know, in perfect condition, then I would definitely recommend, as I said in the first video that I showed you guys this, use a tarot cloth. Or, yeah, maybe take a look in the link below. Maybe I already put up the linen finish cards because somebody requested this and I thought that was actually a really good idea. So why not? The next few items, I'm going to talk a little bit less elaborately about them, but I had to get into this a little bit more to explain to you, you know, give some context as to why I have those two specific decks. They are small, I can carry them with me, they don't take up a lot of space, and so valuable to me and my practice. There is a little something extra that I just want to put in this video. I don't know, it just felt good. I'm letting myself be guided. Secret Pocket Oracle by one of my favorite creators, Patrick Valenza from New York. This is the smallest oracle deck that I have, and it's actually really amazing for readings and divination, even for someone like me who is much more tarot-brained than oracle-brained, if you will. You give me the opportunity to choose between tarot and oracle, I will pretty much always pick tarot, but yeah, this is actually an amazing deck. So if you are on the hunt for a teeny tiny oracle deck that gives amazing readings, in my opinion, in its simplicity, but still like unlocks so much. This is a really good one. I hope he's still making them and selling them. I am actually not in the loop. Sorry about that. Okay, let's keep going. I have something that goes with tarot and oracle. My journal. Yeah. So I'm obviously not going to show you what's in here. This is a tarot journal, spiritual journal. Basically, if something happens and I don't write it down, in my opinion, it didn't happen. So all of these are being filled with just memories, thoughts, things that I'm working through. Definitely amazing to journal for shadow work and even when you're starting off your tarot practice. So this is like journal, grimoire, book of shadows, etc., all in one. Basically what I do, it's chronological work. So once I finish this one, I'm gonna start the next one, and you can pretty much count, usually they are black. I also have just my day-to-day planner. I absolutely need to write things down, physically write things down, make lists, cross things off, because I am too millennial to function. Yeah, I need to write things down or I forget them. With that actually comes a pen. This is the pen with pitch black ink that I use for my journal. It's actually Jules Verne outside, and this is real gold like tip. This was gifted to me when I was a kid, and back then I thought, wow, thanks. I don't even know how old I was, like 9 or something. What's a 9-year-old gonna do with the gold tip pen? Look at me now, decades later, using this on a daily basis and loving it because it somehow makes it more special. Ink cartridges for my pen, because I cannot stand the feeling of needing to write something down, whether it's in my day-to-day planner or my spiritual journal, and I'm out of ink or I don't have a pen. That's the worst feeling. Okay, next, the book. I tend to have a book with me. I started rereading parts of 6 Ways by Eden Wachter. I am really enjoying the practical magic book. I actually am so late to the game, I just ordered his third book, Changeling. It hasn't come in the mail yet, so in the meantime, I'm reading parts of this to kind of scratch that itch. And I am actually also, I'm using a playing card that I found on the street because I just can't seem to stop finding them. And this is my bookmark. Let's look at some of this tiny stuff. I am a thrifter and a sewer, and this is a sewer's measuring tape that I don't really care about. Often I go to the thrift store to get fabrics for different projects, and this is my way of always making sure I have enough to measure how long a tarot reading should be. A crystal. No, I'm not much of a crystal person unless it's in rings. And well, not today, I guess. But I really enjoy having this one because it's my only crystal keychain. I don't think it works for me as a keychain because as a person who lives in Amsterdam, we do pretty much everything by bike. And if I were to have this one on my keychain, which also holds the key to my bike, this crystal would get banged against the bike, and I don't think that's good for either the crystal or the bike. So right now I just have it in my bag. Really, the crystal is to fiddle with. Talking about bike stuff, these are just the little lights that I use when I bike home in the night. Just front and back. Hair clip, and this is actually interesting. I just ordered a couple of these. These are glass little oil roller bottles because I had this idea to mix my own oils. And I did mix an oil, essential oil, and then I don't know, almond oil or something that's okay to put on the skin to mix it with, you know, a couple drops of essential oil, and then you mix it with just a tiny bit, really, because this is so small, of regular oil that you could put on your body to, I mean, first of all, smell nice, smell witchy. This is patchouli in it. I have yet to ritually charge these, and I'm actually very excited of doing this because for now it just smells amazing. It makes me feel like me, you know how smells can do that. Same with colors, but I definitely want this to be a little bit more magical and well. In the meantime, I'm wearing it as perfume and soon it will mean more. Here I have some Vaseline for the lips, but I wanted to show you this. This is like a cheap but very dark chapstick, and on the top it says full of power, which I didn't even see until I purchased it. It's what I'm wearing now. It's just so easy to look a little bit more put together without actually using makeup, because I mean that can be a hassle, right? But I love this stuff. I'm pretty sure at some point I charged this on a Glamour Magic mini altar. I mean, just the packaging coming with full of power on top, that's just cherry on the cake, or addicting cassis on the cake. Continuing skincare, I usually have like a small sunscreen bottle. I can't seem to find it right now, but this is what I'm using now because actually I'm 36 years old and I only just now discovered skincare. Who knew that I needed sunscreen SPF 50 in the Netherlands, where the sun never shines? Anyway, I have that with me these days. Do I have, yes, I do have sunglasses in here when the sun does shine, or frankly, when the wind is too strong for my eyes and they start to tear. So in order to save my makeup, but also, who am I kidding? We hardly ever need these. And also, we do actually go through seasons in this country. Obviously, seasons, but then also just it can be really warm in the afternoon and then really cold in the evening. So I got myself a beanie, and I'm very thankful for this silly little thing because there are really not a lot of things that I hate more than to be cold. Also, this is actually a new one. It's, why am I even talking about this? It's to explain something about myself. When I really truly love something or I use it a lot, therefore I see a lot of value in it in one way or another, I stay true to it. I am loyal to it. Thinking tarot decks, thinking jewelry. I had lost my old black beanie. Actually, somebody just stole it from me when I went out. And now I replaced it with basically the same one, just maybe a little bit cuter. Instead of it saying obey here, it just shows the little eyes there. And it's just a good basic that I enjoy and use. Headphones, because I am a sensitive girl and I don't like sounds, and most sounds come from people. I need these. My wallet. It's small. I've had it for so long. I like mending things. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's real leather. I wouldn't say it's actually quality, but because I keep mending it, it does stand the test of time and it works, so I stay loyal to it and, you know, I kind of like it. Inside of here, cash to spend, because it is an incredibly important way to preserve our privacy and freedom. Phone with, I think I have at least one business card of mine in my phone case for my tarot business. So of course things tend to rotate, things tend to change, my interest might change in the moment. Overall, this is what I usually feel kind of complete with, you know, I feel like I got pretty much all of my bases covered. This is how I walk around Amsterdam. So let me know, were there any surprises? Is this anything like what you've expected from me? Let me know in the comments. I for sure obviously didn't name everything like keys and stuff. I tried to stick to what I thought was interesting or fun, but I definitely want you to answer this question for me. Is there anything, a sort of essential, that I should have and don't have? Is there anything that I should absolutely have with me? I really want to hear from you, so I will be in the comments section. Don't leave yet. I have another video that I think you'll find interesting as well. If you are new here, let me know so I can properly welcome you to this online space. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.